What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Testing Gimmicky guitar gadgets by Samurai Guitarist. So what's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be reacting to Testing Gimmicky Guitar Gadgets by Samurai Guitarist. Now, as always, go over and give Samurai Guitarist a sub and go over and give a like to the original video. I included a link in the description below. And also on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. So now let's get to it.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be testing out gimmicky guitar gadgets. These are things that are kind of useless but also kind of cool. A phrase that nicely sums up the bulk of my existence. None of these products were given to me. This video is not sponsored. I'm going to be as brutally honest as I want. If you're interested in any of the products I mentioned today, I'll put up Amazon links in the description. Let's dive in. First up, we've got the hammer jammer. It attaches to your guitar, slam the hammer, it whams down on the strings for an interesting timbre. You have the option of installing different hammers. The black one sounds darker, the white one sounds fatter. I personally prefer the latter. But enough chitter chatter, pitter patter, let's get at her. Here's a demo of the hammer jammer.
Interesting.
The idea here is that this thing mimics the sound triggering mechanism of a piano. Instead of plucking your strings, you smack this little button here, which causes the hammer to strike the strings.
I think it sounds more like the old school harpsichord, which is kind of almost the same thing. Between a piano and a modern day harp is what it kind of sounds like, but definitely interesting. I don't like the fact that it cuts off the range of the guitar. Obviously, you know, if you could somehow have it over by the bridge so you could still, I don't know, play every fret of the guitar, that might be a little bit cooler. But, you know, each their own. Still kind of
The
cool.
installation was pretty simple. It doesn't require any drilling or permanent modifications. My biggest complaint with this is it does take a fair bit of effort to get it set up just right. You're meant to bend the plastic to get these things in perfect place, which doesn't seem like the best option, especially if you break one, the whole thing is going to need replacing. I feel like it wouldn't have been that hard to design it so that the setup is significantly easier. It's a lot of fun though, and there are definitely some unique sounds you'll get with it. There is a learning curve, and I know I need to spend more time with it before I unlock its full potential. It's $70, but it does feel well made despite the couple of issues I have with the design. Are you going to use it for every song or even regularly? Probably not, but as far as gimmicky guitar gadgets go, I like this one. Let's move on. Next up we have the jellyfish pick. Now, jellyfish in the ocean are cool unless you come into contact with one and get stung. The same holds true with the jellyfish pick, except it's not in the ocean and it's not cool at all. In fact, it belongs in the garbage and I passionately dislike it. When I was learning guitar in the early
Sammy G, tell us what you really think. Holy hell. I really like the complete and total no filter at all on good old Sammy G here. That's what he refers to himself as sometimes. If you subscribe to him and check out his content, it's awesome. And you'll know, he calls himself good old Sammy G. Wow. I love the complete and total no filter. I know he did say it's not sponsored and you're getting his unfiltered opinion, but man, shots fired there on the jellyfish pick. Damn.
2000s, I had a subscription to Guitar One, which I read religiously. And in it, there was always a full-page ad devoted to the jellyfish pick. It said, for just $9.95, your guitar can sound like 6 other instruments. All you need is jellyfish. You use it like a pick, but it does so much more. With just a few minutes practice, you can emulate the sounds of a resonator guitar, 12-string guitar, harpsichord, dulcimer, violin, and cello. So being the young impressionable teen I was, I bought one. Here's the closest I could get it to sound to a 12 string. Here's the closest I could get it to sound to a violin. Rather than sounding like another instrument, I think it sounds more like a guitar being scraped along the pavement. I can't imagine how anyone would find any value in this. It's just a piece of plastic with a bunch of old guitar strings attached to it and then cut at an angle. I don't think...
2 thumbs way down. Price discontinued. I wonder why.
They even make them anymore. The website's a broken link. The market has spoken, and it said no. I've been pushing down these emotions since 2003. It feels good to finally get
No. No. No.
this off my chest. Okay, next up we have the Planet Waves Pick Strobe Tuner. This is a small compact tuner built into a pick. You use the dial to select what string you are tuning. Pick that string at the 12th fret, hold the light over top, and if the light is moving around, it is out of tune. If it is still, then it's in tune. Easy as that. Let's check it using everyone's favorite app, Guitar Tuna. Says it's in tune. I got this years ago for free in a box of strings. As far as I can tell, it's been discontinued, so who really cares? Go use the Guitar Tuna app like everyone else. Moving on, we have this finger presser thing, also known as the Easy Fret. You attach it onto your guitar neck using rubber bands, and now instead of having to fret the strings, all you need to do is press buttons. Here's the demo.
Doesn't sound like it intonates very well. But what? Like, come on, man. Just put your fingers on the strings, man. Come on. Like, and it sounds like it intonates like complete and total hell. It's completely and totally out of tune. Wowzers. Ouch.
Some of my finer work. I guess the concept here is that as a beginner, it can be difficult to fret one string without blocking the other. This is a quick fix. But I'm morally opposed to this thing and wish it was never made. First of all, the stretches your fingers need to make to play any basic chords are incredibly tough. This is me playing a C major. I've never worked so hard to play an open C in my life. It's confusing to visualize, and if you're using this thing, when you eventually do take it off, you're going to need to start over again. But even if it worked well and was easy to use, this...
Exactly. If you used it and it worked well, as soon as you take it off, you're going to have to learn all over again. It's just a giant crutch for you at first. Yes. And it doesn't intonate very well. It doesn't stay... come on, Sammy G is a hell of a player. He can't play basic open chord shapes in tune and make them, actually resonate properly. It's no good. It's no good. It's no good at all. Don't like it.
This thing is still trash. Music is not about taking shortcuts and cheating, and that's what this is. If you're having trouble getting your fingers positioned properly, you need to practice more and find a way to get over that hurdle. This is not the answer.
Preach,
the only
Sammy
way I'd
G.
be okay with someone using this
Preach.
is if they have some sort of insurmountable physical ailment that prevents them from playing guitar properly, and this is literally the only option. Otherwise, find an environmentally friendly way to dispose of it. Next up is the Spider Capo, designed so that you can pick individual strings to depress instead of having to push them all down like a standard capo. You screw it in to attach it to your neck. You then press down these little doohickeys.
This, if it works, could be interesting. I like it for, what I think right away is kind of a way of almost setting up alternate tunings, if you will, without having to retune your guitar. Yeah, you can capo only certain frets so you can get some kind of alternate tunings, only what you could do with, putting down notes on just only a couple frets. So you could do kind of would essentially be like, a few alternate tunings. If it works properly, could be interesting. But let's see with Sammy G.
To pick which strings you are fretting. This is pretty cool. Back in the day, my old band had a song where I had to put a mandolin capo on my neck that pressed down 3 strings so I got an open A. This would have made that significantly easier. There's a lot of other cool and creative things you could do with it. Here's a demo.
Okay. Nice. Oh. I want one now. I want one now. Okay, it did do what essentially I thought it would be able to do. Yeah, it effectively only capos down whichever one of the 6 strings that you want. So you can essentially do almost the same concept as an alternate tuning without having to tune and retune your guitar. Spider capo. I'm going to check it out. I am definitely going to check it out. I like it. It's cool. Get alternate voicings and tunings without having to tune and retune. You know, you just slap that on for a couple songs for that whatever alternate tuning you need. Okay, next song is in standard tuning. Pop it off. There you go. I can dig it. I can really dig it.
I like it. I wouldn't mind having a couple more so I could get real detailed with the tunings. This one is limited to 1 fret with multiple capos. You could put them all across the guitar neck and get real creative. It serves as a nice option to alternate tunings as it allows you to conceptualize the neck as you normally would. Moving right along, we have these colored rubber finger guards designed to protect your fingers from the ailment known as guitar calluses. Stick them on.
You need calluses.
And go to town.
No. Boo. No. Boo.
My thoughts, I would rather see the
Before we hear what Sammy G says, we must hear what I said over and over again. Boo. No. No. Get your fingers on the strings. Build the calluses. It's all part of it. You have to do that. No, 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 and no.
Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup, then have to use these again. Okay, I'm sorry, I got carried away. That's a little bit excessive, and it could happen relatively soon, so I need to start mentally prepping for that. Anyways, they feel extremely unnatural. You can't slide because your fingers get stuck. Hammer-ons, pull-offs feel weird, and I feel if I use them for any extended period of time, they would get all shredded up. Look, I get it, these are intended for beginners, not someone like me who has leather pads on the tips of their fingers. They're for delicate young children who don't want to hurt their fingers. But if I had some 7-year-old come to a lesson of mine wearing these things, I would say, listen, Bob, sometimes the best things in life require a little bit of pain. There's a reason why Bryan Adams sings about playing his guitar till his fingers bled. We all went through it to get to where we are. Now give me those idiotic little rubber thimbles and I'm going to dispose of them in an environmentally friendly fashion. And lastly, we have the e-bow. In a world of e-transfers, emails, e-commerce, and e-news, of course, we also would have an e-bow. It's the
most of us know about the e-bow. The e-bow is awesome. I keep on saying I have to pick one up. I have not yet. I do have to pick one up. Yeah, absolutely. You can get some really, really cool sounds with an e-bow. Yeah, totally awesome.
Electronic version of a violin bow designed for guitar, and it looks strikingly similar to a hole puncher. It uses magnets and magic to vibrate the string, sustaining it indefinitely, much like a sustainer pickup would. Here's an example. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's easy to use, it's fun, and I imagine there's a lot of possibility to get creative and work on some tougher techniques. Of all the things we looked at, I suspect I'll end up using this one the most. It works as advertised, it's well built, it provides a unique function, and it's fun. At $100, it's definitely not cheap, but I feel that's a fair price. And come to think of it, I'm pretty sure Sarah McLachlan's guitarist used an e-bow and a slide when I saw her in concert. That was a great show. Also one of the few concerts I've been to where it smelled like perfume, not pot. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Gimmicky guitar gadgets. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to buy any of these products, I put Amazon links in the description to the ones that are available. I've done some other videos on gear. You can check those out by hitting that link over there. And if you like what I do, please consider heading over to my Patreon page. Through that, I offer things like early access, tabs to the music I release, and a monthly giveaway for everyone involved. If you're new here, hit subscribe, stay a while. Thank you all for watching. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I will see you again soon.
All right. So there we have it. Testing gimmicky guitar gadgets by the Guitar Samurai. Go and give the Samurai Guitarist a sub, and also go and give the original video. I got a link in the description. Give the original video a like, and on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. So yeah, EBOs. I've always wanted an EBO. I kind of forget about it and lose it with all the other, wonderful pieces of gear that we like to get and all that stuff. But EBO, I've always loved them. I've always wanted one. Definitely going to have to look into getting that. But the Spider Capo, and I didn't even think about what he said too. I knew it was limited to one fret, but get multiple ones. So that way you can come up with some really alternate tunings. Really interesting alternate tunings, some really cool stuff. But anyways, yeah, definitely those two were great. Most everything else there was just hot garbage. But anyways, thanks again for checking out this video again, everybody. And once again, do not forget to go and subscribe to Sammy G, the Samurai Guitarist, and give a like to the original video. And yes, once again, leave a comment on this video here on what you'd like to see me react to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.